Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB, and I am delighted to bring you the news that Argentina have qualified for the knockout stages of the World Cup. It was an emphatic victory on the night against Nigeria, who were unfortunate to lose out to Argentina by 2-1. It was a very entertaining game for a number of different reasons. Lionel Messi showing up on the night, scoring the opening goal in a magnificent manner, and an unbelievable last-gasp winner by Marcos Rojo. It had it all tonight, and we are going to be dissecting that in its entirety. Argentina somehow have got the job done. And I want to start, guys, with an apology, because this video won't have an awful lot of graphics, don't have an awful lot of, text in the video. I am absolutely shattered right now. It's after the game. I feel actually like I've played 90 minutes myself. I feel like I've gone out there and ran around and made Argentina qualify. I was sprinting around my living room. Obviously, a lot of drama, some high moments, a lot of low moments in this game as well. For a long period, it seemed like Argentina weren't going to get the job done. But like I say, a sensational winner from Marcos Rojo. I was absolutely going crazy at that moment, and I am pretty tired when I'm recording this video. But let's start with that Lionel Messi opener. And before I talk about that, I want to talk about the man who provided the pass that gave Messi that kind of space, who spotted him, who took that risk. It was Ever Banega, and he was an absolute revelation tonight in that Argentina team. He opened up doors. He was a lot more better going forward, advancing with the ball than we've seen so far from Argentina midfielders, and he really was a breath of fresh air in that midfield. He was much more composed on the ball. He gave Messi a lot more space to pass into. He made good runs. He showed good energy, and I think we have to see Banega against France now in the next round, because he was brilliant tonight and created that pass for that Messi opening goal, and what a goal it was. This goal should not be understated. No, it wasn't from 30 yards out. No, it wasn't a last-gasp free kick. No, it wasn't a bicycle kick. But this is art. This is football. This is what we want to see when we tune in and watch Lionel Messi. The control was absolutely sensational. That's what we've got to focus on first of all. Messi takes the ball across his chest. He brings it down with his foot. It's a wonderfully cushioned touch. He gets it out of his feet, and those two first touches allow him to score that goal. And it really is a remarkable take from that long, swift pass by Banega. Messi gets it out of his feet. He rifles it across the goalkeeper with his so-called weaker right foot. A wonderful finish from Lionel Messi, and it wasn't just the goal, it was the emotion, it was the celebration. It really was absolutely emphatic when that goal went in. Inside the stadium, the Argentina fans provided a phenomenal atmosphere. They were behind the team, they really were. They sung the anthem with pride. They were behind every single player for every single moment, and they were patient as well, that has to be said. And when Messi's goal went in, the roof came off, even if there isn't one, and Messi celebrating, pointing upwards like we always see him do, on his knees, and really so glad to have scored that goal. Messi tonight gave everything, as did a lot of those players tonight. It wasn't brilliant again from Argentina. They didn't turn into a world-class team overnight. A lot of those players out there again today were underwhelming, but what they did tonight was they worked as a team. They pulled themselves together. They used their experience. They used their know-how to get through this kind of game. And even though Nigeria did put up a very good fight, if you are Nigerian, I can understand you're going to be very down after this game, because for the majority of the game they defended well, they had their system, they had their setup. There's a lot of bright young players in that team coming through for the Super Eagles, who no doubt in the years to come are going to be very good players for Nigeria. But in the end, like I say, Argentina's experience and their quality too did shine through in the end. But on the 51st minute, the game for me dramatically changed. In the first half, Argentina were playing well after they scored. They sat back a little bit, but they still had control. They were still playing some good passes. Messi was heavily involved, hit the post from a free kick. There was a brilliant effort across the goalkeeper, a very young goalkeeper in there tonight for Nigeria, who had mostly a very good game indeed. Couldn't do anything about either of the Argentina goals, but it was that moment then in the second half which changed the dynamic of the game. It changed the overlook of the game, and it was that penalty decision from the Turkish referee. And I have to say, it was a shocking decision. That's my personal opinion. A lot of you guys might disagree with that, but personally, my point of view is here, do we want football to be a non-contact sport? Because with these kind of decisions, with VAR, we spoke about it yesterday in the Portugal-Iran game, it's going that way. Yes, Mascherano has his hands on the player. Is he tugging at his shirt? No, he isn't. Is he pushing him? No, he isn't. He simply has his hands there, and the player there is looking to go down. Right from the second that he feels Mascherano's touch, he wants to fall on the floor, he wants to roll around, and that for me, from a personal perspective, is not what I want to see in today's game. I don't want to see players at every single opportunity, from every single corner and every single bit of contact, just falling on the floor, rolling over, and then hoping that either the referee is going to give it or VAR is going to give it. And the referee, I felt, he didn't handle the situation well. There was a lot of players around, and there was a lot of protests from Argentina. There's a bit of a scuffle as well off the ball, but he did go ahead, give the penalty to Nigeria, and like I say, on that moment the game changed. Victor Moses kept his composure. He was waiting quite a long time to go ahead and take that penalty. He took it, he scored. Nigeria firmly back in the driving seat, and at that point it looked like Nigeria were going through, because there wasn't really a lot of a threat from the other game tonight. Iceland against Croatia, even though Croatia made a few changes, Iceland never got ahead in that game and never really threatened to go through to the next round. It eventually finished there, Croatia 2, Iceland 1, and Nigeria 1-1. It was looking very, very good for them. They were very disciplined, they were composed. It did look, as the game went on though, there was a bit of tired legs in there. They were starting to feel it, they did a lot of pressing, they were trying to get out, and in those last sort of 15 minutes, I think Argentina did really, really well, because I said on Twitter, the last thing you want to do in that situation, especially with Iceland, they're only drawing at the time, Argentina only needed one goal. They had to stay patient, they had to stay calm, because so many times we've seen them, as soon as things aren't going their way, they'll start launching balls into the box, they'll start putting things in there and abandoning their style of play and their passing football. They didn't do that tonight. They did keep calm mostly, they did keep their wits about them, and in those final stages they did just start to turn the screw. I think some of the changes from Sampaoli tonight were not good. I think no idea really why he brought on Messi'S for Di Maria. Di Maria wasn't having a good game, but there was other players out there that he could have chosen. Pavon came on, had a really positive impact down that right hand side. That's where the goal came from. It was Makata with a cross, but Pavon on that right hand side stretching Nigeria. He gave Makata the space to run into and get that killer ball in. But like I say, Messi'S on that left hand side, no idea what he is doing near this team, and I completely agree with the Aguero change, although I think he should have come earlier, to be honest. Aguero should have been on the field earlier, possibly even Dybala much should have been come on instead of Messi'S. But the goal came 4 minutes from time. It was on that right hand side, it's Messi with the ball, he sees Mercado, Pavon opens up the space, Mercado's got it there, it's in front of him, he's not closed down by Nigeria, he floats the ball in, and I have to say, I didn't know for quite a while who'd actually scored, because the finish is absolutely unbelievable. Marcos Rojo coming into the penalty area, getting away from his man in the centre of the box, absolutely rifles it past the young goalkeeper, and it's a wonderful goal, taken first time on the volley. The Argentina fans erupted. It was an unbelievable moment for the entire country. Anybody that follows football who wasn't Nigerian probably would have been on their feet at that moment thinking, this is what the World Cup is all about, and that's what we want to see. We want to see growth moments, we want to see goals, we don't want to see so many penalties and stoppages and all of this stuff that goes with what we've seen at this World Cup. These are one of the moments that we came for. These are those game-defining moments that you remember as the years go on. You'll still look back on this goal and say, wow, that was a real I was there moment, and it was incredible when Rojo scored. And I have to say as well, before that, Gonzalo Higuain, and you know exactly the road that I'm going to go down here. Rojo's finish shows that you don't have to be a world-class striker to score a goal, to hit the target, but for some reason, Gonzalo Higuain is incapable, when it comes down to it, in the pressured moments, of actually putting things on target, actually being a competent striker. It was a ball in from the left-hand side, it was there for Higuain to take it, but Lionel Messi was right behind him. Instead, Higuain ignores the shout of Messi, which will have come, by the way. Messi would have made Higuain aware that he was there. It's happened so many times at Barcelona where you see that move from the left-hand side with Jordi Alba perhaps. Suarez will step over the ball, dummy it, and Messi then will come in behind and score. Higuain, though, he takes it on for himself, and he actually puts the ball out the stadium. It is a woeful finish. He's messed up again on the big stage, and how many more chances are we going to give Gonzalo Higuain? Luckily for him tonight, he was bailed out by Marcos Rojo. Messi got the first goal, Rojo the brilliant second, and they deserved it. They really, really did tonight, Argentina. Nigeria, like I say, they put up a good fight. They were in the driving seat. That decision did change the game, but Argentina didn't panic. They played as a team, they played as a unit, they got themselves through this game, and now they have set up a game against France in the round of 16 stage, and after seeing France today, and France in their opening two games, there's a lot of pressure on them, a lot of pressure on Didier Deschamps. They have not been great at this tournament so far. Argentina will need to up their level, we will need to see more from them, but at the same time, that game is there to go and win. France have got stars, Argentina have got some stars, but it's going to be the best team. Who can compile their team in the best way to take on that match? We are gonna find out. And I will have videos in the lead up to that game, of course, guys. I didn't do it really in the lead up to this game because there was so many rumours about Sampaoli, about the team, about disconnecting, about so many negative things coming into this game. I just wanted to leave it until the football. What we saw on the pitch today was a team that are still united, that do still believe they can do something at this World Cup, and now they're out of their group, they're playing France in the next round. That is the next target. We will go on, and Messi is into the knockout stages. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What did you feel right throughout tonight's game? And what do you think of the game coming up against France? Can Argentina keep going? That's the question. And I will see you very, very soon indeed. But until then, courtesy of Messi and Marcos Rojo, it's the World Cup.